Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a Fiora game, who turned out to be a very good champion, and many of the, well, of the champions that have been brought out lately have been not very good. Fiora, I think, is one of the few exceptions out of them, and hopefully they will continue to be good. So yeah, the last one, the Lulu, seems to be good as well. She has been seeing a lot of play. And it seems that I turned off the music here. So let us turn that back on. And there we go. Brings a little more atmosphere to the game. Anyhow, we're going top lane with Tryndamere jungle, for some reason starting off at double golems. Don't know if that's a standard thing to do with Tryndamere jungle. But most junglers start with getting blue, so wolves into blue into the rest of the field. And almost getting killed here, the Alistar. Really, yeah, it's just not smart to do. To check the bushes, to even run into the bushes, especially if you have a Twitch on the enemy team. And Twitch seems to be going top lane, but yeah, I was assuming that was Malphite, but Malphite was bottom lane. And he doesn't have teleport, so he's not going to run all the way across now. So it seems that it's Twitch versus Fiora, which is interesting to say the least. I've never seen a Twitch top lane. I've seen Twitch bottom lane, Twitch mid, and Twitch jungle, but never top lane, I think. As far as I know, at least. So yeah, going up against Twitch is really, it's not that hard. People have a lot of issues with it, and yeah, that was just, I don't know what they're trying to do here. It seems they have no jungler on the enemy team. I didn't even see that. Yeah, so that's why this happened. So a complete waste of ignite there, obviously. You should not use ignite like that. And both of them starting off with probably the worst item you can get for a duo lane. It is a pretty horrible item anyway. But yeah, if you're a 2v1 lane, then you should go something aggressive. You should go something that actually kills the enemy. Because you're going to have to put pressure on this lane in order to win it. Because otherwise you're going to make it worth it for the enemy to have a jungler. And what you want is to make sure that the enemy champion cannot get gold and experience out of this. So you want to try to deny them. And yeah, with Doran's shield that's not going to happen because you're not going to get harassed. So why would you want to have the additional health regen there, as well as the additional armor? You're not going to get harassed. It's just, yeah, it's simple enough to stay away from the damage. And Twitch just attacking the turret here, which is probably not the best thing to do. What you want to do is just ignore the turret and just kill the last hit the minions. Keep the wave here. And that way Fiora can never reach the minions, cannot even get the experience without dying. And obviously now she can get all of the experience as well as some of the gold. And every gold she gets is a win for her because, well, she shouldn't be allowed to get any of that. Anyhow, starting off by, I don't know what she started off with. You can see that for yourself. Anyway, Lunge is now level 2. And yeah, I think this is a blind pick game, by the way. Otherwise she would have definitely gone with heal. But yeah, well, you cannot really see anyway, even in a draft pick game, that someone is not going jungle. Yeah, it's the Twitch makes it hard to get anything done, and that's exactly what happened. She was just about here where she is now, and because Twitch was invisible, it is pretty impossible to do anything. And she should have definitely gone for a pink ward here. Placing a pink ward in this bush somewhere here, or it gives you vision over the entire, well, area where you want to have vision, and you will never get sniped by Twitch without seeing him coming. And that way you get to farm, you get to actually do something. And it's still hard, of course, 2v1 or 1v2 in this case. But as you can see, nobody's here now, and yeah, I think Twitch went to some other lane and Mundo went home, because Mundo had to heal, and Twitch is now somewhere else, busy doing something. So lunge is the skill of choice here. I'm not sure if that's the smartest thing to do. Normally we see burst of speed because it adds the most extra damage to it, to the champion. Yeah, well, just doing her best to farm up, and obviously the riposte is never something you want to upgrade to more than level 1, because the attack damage increase, yeah, it's the biggest at level 1, and well, the fact that you can yeah, you can do the damage back to someone and prevent damage. That doesn't change if you level it up. Would be great if it actually, well, it changes a little bit the amount of damage you yeah, the amount of damage it reflects back is affected, I think. The next level bonus, damage bonus, damage reflected, and cooldown. Yeah, that's not really important. The most important thing about it is that it's well, it doesn't do damage to you, but instead does damage to your enemy. So Twitch back now. I don't know what he has been doing. Maybe he has been doing some jungling. He has lost some life, so he might have done some jungling. And obviously Twitch cannot really jungle. We've seen that in previous jungle attempts, and yeah, it's just not a good jungler. He cannot really kill the minions. In later levels, of course, if he has some items, then he can do pretty well. And here Fiora is getting pretty low, still getting all of the experience, which is important. Should go back now. And oh, not going to go back. Yeah, she has no healing potions, so it's really dangerous to stay in, especially with Twitch out of range. And yeah, well, Twitch is somewhere. There's no way to know where exactly. And Nivea going to come up here? I don't know why. He could have just teleported home, and Nivea should just stay mid, and Nivea shouldn't have the teleport in the first place. But yeah, going teleport. Come on, what's the skill called? The mana one. Clarity, and then going first item, Tear of the Goddess, which makes Clarity completely useless, as you're going to have such a big mana pool. Yeah, so no escape summoners on Nivea, which is surprising to see. It's also not really something, yeah, you normally see. It's not something that is very good, because Nivea definitely needs the escape summoners, because, well, she doesn't have escapes. Oh, someone was there, and we will see in a second who that was. I'm sure it might have been Twitch, then we will never see that. No, it was Twitch indeed. And going to, yeah, there we go. That's why Twitch is not very good as a choice in top lane. He gets killed way too easily. As a jungler, yeah, I guess he can do well, because not so much in the jungle, but he can do well because he only needs to be in lane when he wants to kill someone, and he always has backup from whoever is laning. The mid lane, yeah, that's pretty hard to do already, but the distance to your turret is pretty small, so it's relatively easy to get there and to stay safe. And in bottom lane you have a support with you, and preferably a healing support, obviously. Oh, nicely done. Yeah, I have no idea how much damage Fiora can do. I've heard a lot of complaints about her being too strong, and I can see why now. I mean, she she caught this Mundo twice, and the first time she almost killed him. The second time, yeah, she finished off the last like 20% of his health. I don't know why Mundo didn't have an ultimate, by the way, because I would say that he could have played that safe until he got his ultimate up, because the ultimate is not a very does not have a very long cooldown. And yeah, Fiora should just stay safe, not use the skills too much, because if Twitch comes in, she wants to instantly kill him again. And yeah, by getting the 2 gold per 10 items, actually getting a nice amount of gold back from the amount she lost in the early game, because she couldn't farm. And then, yeah, she gets some extra tankiness from the Heart of Gold, getting some extra HP, and obviously the health regeneration from the Philosopher's Stone is always good. So yeah, seems that now that Twitch has backed off, she's doing a little bit better, or a little bit, a lot better, because she can actually farm now. So yeah, seems that all is going well in this lane. Overall, they're 3 and 6, so that's not very good. But for a top laner, being in a 1v2 lane, surprisingly well. 53 minions, which is very high, considering that the only one with higher minions is the jungler. And I don't know what this Anivia is doing, but she's definitely not killing minions. And yes, this is a low-level game. You could have already seen that from the fact that they have no jungler on the enemy team. Obviously, you can do no jungle setup. It's just not very smart, because you're going to lose control over Dragon and Baron and all of your buffs. And that's why someone should at least get the smite and yeah, make sure that you actually have that available. So Fiora just happily farming here, every now and then getting hit by a cleaver from Dr. Mundo. Dr. Mundo not getting a whole lot done, so it's no problem. And as soon as she can get a little bit of health regen, then yeah, it should be no problem. So actually dodging the cleaver there by using the ultimate. And Dr. Mundo using his ultimate to, well, get back up to a decent amount of health.
An enemy has been slain.
And by that attack, she made him lose some XP, because he was driven out of the lane. And that is a good idea, obviously. Although at this moment it's level 10 to level 8, so she should be able to make use of that, of the fact that she's higher level. And yeah, just like 2 minions onwards, now she actually gets another level in her ultimates, which is always a crazy time or crazy difference in damage, because you get a lot more damage from an ultimate that is level 2 than you would from an ultimate that is level 1. Obviously Dr. Mundo doesn't have a damage ultimate, so yeah, that's something that makes it harder for him to actually kill her, especially late game. And Tryndamere is coming here at the wrong moment. Unless he wants to tower dive, but I'm not sure he really wants that. And I'm not even sure what he's doing here. But yeah, Dr. Mundo making a big mistake there, and should definitely not have done that. Why didn't he? Oh, he did use his ult. He just used it way too early, because there's no way that was 6 seconds. I don't know how long it is. It's pretty long. Yeah, and they should have been able to punish Dr. Mundo for that, but yeah, well, Tryndamere didn't use his exhaust, or at least wasn't in range, and well, he has a slow and an exhaust, so they should be able to kill him. But for some reason couldn't get it done. Obviously it would have been better to have an ignite, but yeah, the only ignite is on Sion and he is bottom lane. Because bottom lane is Sion Alistar. That is an interesting combination to say the least. Because both of them are melee champions, and normally bottom lane, yeah, is indeed occupied by Vayne in this case, who is ranged, and Malphite, but yeah. So no supports, and yeah, everybody wants to play carry. It has been like that since the game was released. Oh, actually since Dota was released. Everyone wants to play carry, and that's why in lower games you always see 5 carries. So it's surprising that we see a Dr. Mundo here. Dr. Mundo with double buff here. And Dr. Mundo is not very popular because he doesn't get a lot of kills. And yeah, he's not really spectacular to play. I think he's pretty fun, but he's not, well, a real carry. And yeah, don't know what this enemy guy is doing, but there's no way he can kill Fiora. And oh, no stun coming out from Nivea, taking a long time to actually stun him. And yeah, his the ultimate from Dr. Mundo is going to make sure that he gets out safely. And we are going back to mid lane. So yeah, the top lane is still, well, available for farming, so he is probably going to go back there. But once he kills the turret on the other end, it's yeah, there's no reason to go back there. But for now, yeah, nice excursion there, getting a kill and getting some extra farm from mid lane. Obviously they already lost bottom lane, and that is pretty surprising. Well, not really. Well, they had Sion there, who, as I said, is a melee champion. And yeah, that is not a very good thing to have versus Vayne, because Vayne can own him. Pretty much everyone can own a Sion with Vayne. Unless it's in mid lane and you have no support, so you have no second champion, but since Vayne has a stun, and yeah, if your support has a stun or slow as well, then it's pretty easy to kill just about anyone. And I totally forgot who was in bottom lane with that Vayne. It was Malphite. So Malphite does have a slow. He has a stun in his ultimate. So all in all, it makes for some pretty easy killings. And yeah, come on, ult, flash, come on. Not going for it, come on. Don't be a wuss. Flash, flash here. There we go. Ult. No! Come on! Okay, lunge to these guys. Now he's slowed and Malphite's sped up, so... But yeah, Vayne would be a pretty easy target. And actually getting the double kill there, that was excellent play. A little bit lucky, but... little bit lucky that that guy came back, but really nicely done. I mean, the Vayne is obviously an easy target once she comes in close, but she should normally make sure that she never gets, the enemy never gets close. And that's why you have the, I forgot the name again. The stun thing. I always want to say expunge, but that's the Twitch skill. It's, come on, I know this. Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, anyway, I'll stop because everyone is now screaming at me what the name of the skill is, but yeah, well, whatever. Um, yeah, we cannot see where he lands his ultimates because of the way the replay system works. And very nicely picking up another kill, and Mundo coming in together with Vayne. And is he going to be able to escape from this? No, it seems no. No. So 3 kills here, and we see that yeah, this guy disconnects at 2 and 5. Not a big loss, but yeah, I already knew this was going to happen because it was in the email actually that was sent with this one. So he's not going to come back, and the rest of this match is going to be 4v5. But yeah, well, as I said, he's 2 and 5. He stole, let's call it that, 40 minions of experience and gold. But all in all, that's not too big of a deal. The problem is that in a 4v5 you don't have the damage required to win normally. It has nothing to do with well, with gold or anything like that. It's just the amount of damage you have and the amount of HP the enemy has to deal with is not as great as it should be. So come on, yeah, getting the Vayne here really easily actually. And Mundo really too late on his ultimate, should have started on his ultimate way sooner. Come on, is she going to catch up? No. Oh, his ultimate wears off. But I'm not sure if he... No, he has boots level 2, so he should be okay. Yeah, 8 and 2 now. And yeah, this is a fight he should definitely be in. Oh, not using the ultimate. Come on, Tryndamere. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there was no critical strike there because Mundo has no critical strike. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the one I want. Yeah, Mundo has no critical strike, so... Oh. Already back. Already killing someone. Apparently Xerath. Yeah, Nivea is farming now and is at 71. Still not doing very well, and the Fiora definitely the best farmer in this game at 114. Then Xerath and Tryndamere at about 100, and then the rest is well under that. I mean 80, 40, 40, 30, 70, okay, 90, that's pretty decent, and 80. So Twitch getting a lot of kills, but minion kills. That might just be because he started jungling or something like that. In the late game, Twitch can get a whole lot of minions. But yeah, well, by then it's he's either really fed or not fed at all. And yeah, if he got a lot of kills or even a few kills in the start of the game, He will be very powerful late game. It will spiral out of control for the enemy team, and yeah, that is definitely what you want to happen with Twitch. But more often than not, we see that Twitch fails because he just doesn't have the goal to get an Infinity Edge. And Infinity Edge is definitely what you should go for as a first item. Yeah, he went for Matter's Razors into what is now going to be an Infinity Edge. But Matter's Razors on Twitch really, yeah, that's because he wants to start jungling, and it does help you with killing the minions in the jungle, but it really doesn't help you killing the champions. And that's what Twitch is all about. So split pushing here, by the way, because the rest of the team is here, and they should be able to hold that off pretty nicely. Yeah, smart Fiora don't tower dive, but yeah, she does have a crap ton of damage. And yeah, by this time realizing that with the amount of extra health she has, I didn't even realize she bought a Giant's Belt and a Ruby Crystal. And already Infinity Edge completed, of course. The Infinity Edge making sure that she has a very good amount of damage. And as you could see there, Twitch is completely useless now. Twitch has 6 kills and 100 minions, but he still doesn't do anything. He now has Matter's Blood Razor. Who the hell builds that? Yeah, Fiora does need to buy some magic resists. And where are we going? We are going there. Yeah, might as well have used the recall to get back here. It takes, I think, 2 seconds longer, but that shouldn't be a problem. It was not like Mundo was already at the turret. But yeah, Twitch going for Matter's Blood Razors, which, yeah, it used to be a really good item when people were still building a lot of health on champions. But nowadays people just stack armor, magic resist, and yeah, with magic resist, it pretty much, so the Matter's Blood Razor is pretty much useless. So once again, no wards on the map. We see this a lot in games, and ooh, getting stunned here, and yeah, this was really unadvisable going in 1v multiple enemies. In this case 4, but he only saw 2 when he went in. And especially if you go on Mundo, that is not really what you want to do. Mundo, who probably has some nice health items. Oh, actually building Will of the Ancients. Why would you do that on Mundo? Because he's supporting or something like that. It's a support item. And this guy has 5 stacks on his Soul Stealer, which is interesting to say the least. Now we don't want to surrender. I voted no. It says so in chat. Game announcement on surrender failed, votes unknown. Oh well, that's an excellent title for that. Yeah, this guy might still... Oh, why was there an ignite on him if he still has 1800 life? I have no idea. These guys... Going for the Frozen Mallet here, and then into Critical Strike. This should have been Magic Resist, because the 2 guys that are doing well require Magic Resist, and it might have also been Armor, because that's what he's going for. He's going for the Atmos Impaler. Well, getting in the mess there, getting a kill, and on the Malphite, who is normally a very tanky character, but yeah, Malphite going for a pure AP build here, not even making use of the fact that armor gives him more damage. Yeah, and Tryndamere ran out with his ultimate, and yeah, is going to steal red buff, which is still worth it. It's still pretty good. But he backed out a little bit too early there. I think they could have gotten at least the Mundo without any trouble, and maybe even the Vayne, because Vayne is not very tanky. She gets killed pretty easily, and she doesn't have an Infinity Edge, so only has the Bloodthirster. It is fully stacked, so killing her now would result in a huge loss of her power, because you lose all of the stacks if you die. Or rather, when you die.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So Twitch by now, yeah, he's going to do some damage, obviously, but still doesn't have a whole lot
You
of
slain an enemy.
still doesn't have a whole lot of damage. And because he built Magic Blood Razor, he's only going to do damage to minions, basically, not really to champions. It does some damage to champions. Oh, nice ultimate. And yeah, she's going to kill the Vayne here, no problem.
Shut down.
Vayne is just not tanky enough to take that, and a really nice double kill, almost a triple kill, but yeah, and Dr. Mundo is a little bit of a whiny bitch here. Mundo has an easy role because he's just building, well, he's building crappy items, but he can build as tanky as he wants, because his Q is going to do a whole lot of damage on its own without any assistance. His E is going to add a whole lot of attack damage, and his W gives him kind of protection from all kinds of CC. So he is a very safe champion, and because of that he really shouldn't complain about his team. He should assist his team and definitely not build crappy items like this.
Shut down.
And unfortunately Fiora got no assistance from Tryndamere once again. Tryndamere, who just ran out instead of killing this Twitch. And yeah, I don't know where this guy's gone to. Can I do that? No, I cannot. I was wondering if it would switch me to the champion. Oh, both of them are AFK. Well, it is actually a 3v5 game then. And it's 25 to 24. So obviously they're going to outlevel the enemy champions. Yeah, 18, 17, 17, whereas, well, only Dr. Mundo is 17. But yeah, the level advantage really will not carry you through a game like this. It's going to have to be mistakes that your enemy makes, and you being able to take advantage of those, because everyone makes mistakes, only some mistakes are really minor and people cannot take advantage of that. So Alistar is back, it seems, and we are going to stay safe here, and Alistar going to be able to CC this guy,
Shut down.
and Mundo is getting killed. Oh, this guy here. I was following the wrong fight.
Ace.
Yeah, pretty easy kill for Tryndamere there. And yeah, now with Fiora at 15 kills, she should be able to do all the damage she needs. Cloak and Dagger for the tenacity now. Um, yeah, really needs to have a defensive item here. So something like Guardian Angel would really make her completely invulnerable to everything.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, okay. That just happened. Um, I was just watching other parts of the game, and then all of a sudden this guy just kills someone at random. So yeah, I haven't seen anyone go for the dragons yet or the barons, but yeah, that's typical for low level games. Obviously, if you're the 4 in the 4v5, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot of dragon and baron pushing. But yeah, the enemy should have definitely gone for that. It's an easy way to get a lot of gold, and it's not like the enemy team can do anything about it. Unless they have wards out, but yeah, buying an oracles is easy enough. And if you have Mundo on your team, you already have your perfect candidate there. Obviously, Mundo shouldn't go for things like Will of the Ancients. I wonder how many stacks Zerat still has, because he had 5 the last time I checked. But yeah, anything under 5 is really not worth it. And yeah, they did Baron, finally. Um, yeah, wisely backing off here, because it's not a good idea to, well, to fight them with Baron. Oh, there he was. There he is. So he has 3 stacks. That's definitely not worth it. And oh, the Alistar getting killed here.
Been slain.
And because he just got a kill, he actually gave a lot of gold away there. For no good reason. 0-6 would have been a lot better there. Should have just left that kill.
Your inhibitor has been
And
destroyed.
yeah, anyway, at this point it is going to be really hard to hold this, obviously. Because, well, yeah, you only have one champion really available. No ultimate anymore on Tryndamere. And only Anivia here. And Anivia can really not engage this at all. So the next, yeah, it's about 3 minutes left. It's 4 minutes Baron, the Baron buff, and yeah, in those 4 minutes you're going to have a huge disadvantage, and especially in a game like this. And I don't think there's any way they can win this from here on out. Because if they just focus the Nexus, it is just going to be over. Yeah, it's pretty sad, because if you go 16 kills on Fiora, it yeah, if only that guy didn't disconnect, they probably would have won. And of course, if they had some wards out, that would have helped it as well. Getting the dragon, getting the baron would have been great things to do, and they definitely were stronger up until the late game, where, as I said, well, right in the beginning, I didn't know they were going to lose, by the way. I thought they were going to win this, because most people actually send me games where they win, and it's very brave if you send me a game where you actually lose, but still do well. So in this case, well played. It's unfortunate to get someone like this in your team, but yeah, well, it happens. Just report them, and hopefully at some point they will fix this problem. Yeah, not a whole lot else to say, I guess. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.